You already know what you want. You've seen it clearly. The money, the respect, the life that actually belongs to you. And you know you're not there yet. There is only one reason why. Not your mindset, not your circumstances, not your starting point. One thing, a deal you haven't made yet. The deal is mandatory. Every man who got what he actually wanted made this deal. Not some of them. All of them. Napoleon gave up ordinary life for an empire. Rockefeller gave up being liked for building one. Tesla gave up everything human for something permanent. 3 different men, 3 different centuries. The same deal. The deal is not optional. The only question is whether you make it consciously or stumble into it blind and quit when the cost arrives. Most men stumble in blind. That's why most men never get there. What the deal actually is. The deal is simple. You give up the life you have. You receive the life you want. Not simultaneously, not gradually. The giving up comes first. Always. This is where most men fail. Not because they aren't willing to receive, but because they aren't willing to release. They want the result without surrendering what's blocking it. Reality doesn't work that way. Reality operates by one rule. Everything has a price. The man you're becoming costs the man you currently are. The life you want costs the life you're comfortable with. There is no version of this where you keep everything and gain everything. The deal doesn't allow it. There are 4 terms to this deal. Most men only ever encounter 2 of them. The third, the one nobody prepares you for, is the one that breaks men who thought they were ready. The first 2 come now. Pay attention, or the third one will end you. Term 1, approval. The first term is approval. When you accept this deal, the people around you will stop understanding you. Not because you failed them, but because you changed. And change, from the outside, looks like abandonment. Your old friends will notice first, then your family, then the people who thought they knew you. They will not be wrong about what they see. They will be wrong about what it means. Most men hit this term and turn back. They choose to be understood over becoming something worth understanding. If you want what you say you want, you cannot make that trade. Term 2, comfort. The second term is harder. Comfort, the kind you have relied on your whole life, becomes unavailable, not occasionally, permanently. The version of you that needed comfort to function cannot survive this deal. The deal kills him first, because a man who still needs comfort still belongs to whoever provides it. You cannot build something real and still need to feel safe doing it. Those 2 things cannot exist in the same man at the same time. The terms most men never hear. Pause. The next 2 terms most men never hear. The ones who didn't quit, not because they were weak, but because they were unprepared. Term 3, the one that breaks men. The third term, the one nobody tells you, is the people who love you. Not your enemies, not strangers, but the people who love you most. They will not understand this deal. They will see you choosing standards over belonging and worry. They will see you pulling away from comfort and call it a problem. They will see the man you're becoming and grieve the man you were. They will not be wrong. You are changing, and the man they knew is not coming back. What breaks most men here is not the loss. It's the guilt. The feeling that building your real life means betraying the people in your old one. It does not, but it costs them something. You need to know this before you start. Not to excuse it, but to walk through it anyway. Term 4, the version of yourself you planned. The fourth term is the quietest. The version of yourself you imagined, the man you planned to become, does not survive this deal either. The man who planned to be liked becomes respected instead. The man who planned to be comfortable becomes free instead. The man who planned to be safe becomes someone other men study, trying to understand how he got there, not what he expected, but what he was built for. Those are not the same thing, and the distance between them is where most men get lost. Cross it anyway. what you receive. Here is what the deal actually gives you, not what they promise, but what arrives. First comes clarity. The low-level war inside you, between who you are and who you're pretending to be, goes silent. You stop spending energy on performance. You stop apologizing for your standards to men who have none. You stop explaining your direction to people who are still waiting for permission. Then comes the money. Not as luck, not as a prize, but as the natural result of a man who stopped pretending and started building. Then comes respect. Not the kind you performed for, but the kind that follows a man who clearly stopped needing it. And then something else happens. At some point, you will meet men who made the same deal. You won't need to explain yourself to them because they already know the terms. They signed the same page. You will recognize each other not by what you have, but by what you gave up to get there. That recognition is brotherhood, and it is worth every term in the contract. The two men, same age, same city, same nothing, both want the same life. The first man makes the deal consciously, loses approval, keeps building, loses comfort, keeps moving. The people he loves worry, and he loves them back and keeps going anyway. 5 years later, he has what he wanted. Not exactly what he planned, something real. The second man wants the same thing, but won't pay the full price. Loses approval and negotiates with it. Loses comfort and retreats from it. The people he loves call it a problem, and he uses them as the reason to stop. 5 years later, he's in the same place, telling himself the timing was wrong. The deal was always available to him. He just never fully signed. The code. The family code exists because men who make this deal should not walk it alone. Not because it's too hard, but because men are not built in isolation. They are built in brotherhood. The deal is signed alone, but it is lived together. Inside the family code are men who already made the deal. Men who know the terms, paid the price, and are building on the other side of it. They don't need to explain themselves to each other. They already know. If you heard these terms and didn't look for the exit, you already belong here. This is just the surface. Inside the family code, we go 10 levels deeper. 99% of men will never find what's inside. Everything changes once you're in. Type, I accept the terms. The family code, the terms are waiting.